friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Clarity with Carolee. I'm Carolee. Today's reading is all about releasing the inner sexual beast, tapping back into your desires, your sensual self, how to do that, what's blocking it, and just general messages from spirit about really tapping into that energy in your body that might be feeling stuck or stagnant and that's keeping you from, it could be that you are looking to attract a new partner, but it could also be you wanting to deepen your sexual, sensual connection, intimate relationship with a present partner. And this also could be for people who are looking to feel more alive and sensual and what's a word, spirit, just within yourself, feeling connected to your inner sensuality, your vital energy, your creativity. This isn't just about sex. This is about vitality. This is about feeling a sense of love and joy for life, for yourself, for the life that you're living, for your family, for your life's purpose. It could go in so many different ways. Our sensual energy is not just about sex. It's not just about intimacy with other people. It's also about intimacy with ourselves. And I'm really excited. I just got this new deck. Here's the box, the Pleasure Oracle, and it has some great advice and action steps to take to deepen your intimate relationship with yourself. And by deepening your intimate relationship with yourself, you can feel more free to be expressive and full of life and joy and love when it comes to sharing yourself with other people and your work and just so many things. So I want to see what spirit has for you. So this, I guess I'm going to title the video, releasing the sensual beast, something, juicy like that. But it's not just about sex. So just as a disclaimer, and I'm going to keep this fairly, not PG, but A-rated, PG-13 maybe. Because this isn't just about sex. This is about energy. This is about life force energy. This is about vitality and joy and love and passion for all things in life, not just partners. But if you're feeling stuck when it comes to deepening your relationships or attracting a partner, this reading will also help you. So I have 3 piles here to choose from. I've pre-selected most of your cards, and we'll do some clarifiers maybe if your pile allows or if I feel the need to pull a clarifier for your pile. I'm just rambling on here. I'm sorry. It's been like 2 weeks since I posted something like this, and I'm just rambling. I've already made like a few start and stops to this video, but you know what, I'm just gonna go with it because that's the energy that I'm in right now. I've been so focused on like healing and working with my daughter and taking care of our needs that I'm a little tongue-tied. So please forgive me. I just got this new deck and I'm really excited to share it with you. Now, these are the 3 oracle decks. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And if you want to pick with chocolate eggs and the color of the wrapping, I thought that would be fun because Easter here just passed, and I have all this chocolate here that the Easter Bunny brought for Aria. So we have the pink wrapper, the blue wrapper, and the purple wrapper with pile number 3. So take a moment, pick the card that you're most drawn to, and when you're ready, go down to the description box and click the time stamp. Sorry, oh my goodness, that correlates with the card. And again, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. See you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. how to unleash the sensual beast within yourself. I'm Kara Lee. For those of you who don't know me, and if you skipped the intro, today's pick a card reading is not just about releasing your sensual beast within you, your sensual self. I'm trying not to use the word goddess and tapping into your inner goddess, because this can be a reading for masculine or feminine energy. It doesn't really matter. I just want to tap into the energy of the pile. We'll see what comes up. And yeah, this is just about tapping into your life force energy, unblocking the energetic flow within your system, and every pile is going to be a little bit different. And don't forget, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. But this is just like unleashing that sensual energy, tapping into your sensual beast within yourself, and really feeling full of life, vitality, joy, passion, and purpose. Health and well-being, all of that. Now that we're in spring and summer's just around the corner, it's time to raise your vibrations. And so if you're feeling stuck, feeling like your intimate relationships aren't going the way that you want, feeling maybe you're trying to attract a partner and it's not going very well, and you want to really connect with your inner being, connect with yourself, connect with your passion, connect with your joy, connect with your sensuality. I want to get advice from Spirit on how you can do that, and maybe give you some insight into what may be coming towards you as you do that for yourself. So we'll see what Spirit has to say. This is your oracle card from my Pleasure Oracle deck that I just got. I'm really excited about it. And I'm going to look at the card at the end. You see the picture on the front, and then on the back it's an oracle deck, and it has some really great, just some tips and action steps that you can take to deepen your connection with your sensual self, and some advice on just how to seek more pleasure in everyday life. So we'll see what the card has to say at the very end. I picked some tarot cards and another oracle deck, and we might use a clarifier deck depending on what comes up. I've actually tried not to look at your cards, so we're all going into this kind of blindfolded. And yeah, so welcome to your reading, pile number 1. I'm sorry for the really long explanation. I have been away for about 2 weeks because my daughter and I were sick, and so I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things and have some fun with this first reading back from a long healing process in my human body. All right, so first, what should we do? We'll look at the tarot cards first. I'm going to lay them out, and then we'll look at this oracle card, and then we'll look at the other oracle card. So first we have Page of Cups. Ooh, Queen of Cups. I wonder if I should. Let's see, is that it? Oh, that's better. Let's see. There we go. There we go. The Chariot. Oh, can I show you? Chariot. I'm gonna put that over there. Ooh, the Lovers. And we have the Three of Swords. At the end, it did pop out. Now, when I was shuffling this, I did try not to look at the cards, but the Three of Swords did come up at the end. It was the last card that I pulled. So I tried to place them in the order that they did pop out of the deck. For some of the piles, most of the piles, a big chunk came out at once, and then the Three of Swords for you did come out at the end. I wanted to make that little announcement. So let's see. Pile number 1, Spirit. Releasing the sensual beast. Spirit is really heavily talking about choosing yourself over everybody else, choosing self-care, choosing self-love, putting your needs first, managing your emotions, making a choice to put you and your needs and your passions and your life first. I feel like with the Three of Swords, you've been disappointed by a lot of relationships in the past, and you have really struggled with honoring your own needs, setting boundaries, putting yourself first. And I see that you are either about to start to learn how to set healthy boundaries, learn what it means to be in a healthy relationship. And in order to learn how to be in a healthy relationship with other people, you have to learn how to be in a healthy relationship with yourself first. Managing your attention, where you put your mind, with the Chariot here. Now, the Chariot can mean so many different things. It can mean things speeding up. It can mean managing your energy. The horses sometimes in some decks tend to seem as if they're going in two different directions. And this, what is the word for the person who, like, drives the chariots? A centurion, maybe? Really needs to use some energy to direct their attention, their light and dark sides, the light and dark parts of themselves, their shadow self, their light self, and really focus on an end goal and move towards it with intention, with focus, with drive, with passion. So what is it that you really, 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 really want in your life? What are you passionate about? What have you always wanted but have been too afraid to go after? What have you always wanted but felt like you had to hold yourself back, or you were putting your attention on other people and other things, sort of distracting yourself from your own goals, even though you might not see it as that? But I feel like sometimes we get caught in this emotional addiction, of taking care of other people, putting other people's needs first, people pleasing. And that comes from a place of when you were young and learned that in order to be validated, in order to be seen, in order to be loved, you had to put other people's needs first. You had to care about other people's emotions instead of your own. You had to support other people's goals and visions instead of your own, in order to be seen, in order to be validated, in order to be successful. And that's not true. And to relearn that, to learn a new way of being successful, in order to learn a new way of attracting love and joy and passion into your life, you really need to start focusing on yourself, your own needs. This Page of Cups for some of you could have been a relationship that was just leaving. You can almost see like this legs here as if they were leaving this person's body, like the soul leaving this person's body, or maybe, and this is representative of the self, but it could, in this situation, maybe you're just getting over or walking away from a relationship. This is only for some of you, walking away from a relationship that was very immature. With the page is like could be a very young person, very immature person, somebody who wasn't ready to give you everything that you needed and deserved. And you here are this Queen of Cups. You deserve so much more than you were getting. And I think for a lot of you, you've decided to, like, okay, I'm going to walk away now, or maybe you're in the process of making that decision with the Lover's card here, because the Lover's card is also about big choices and life lessons and learning how to put yourself first and love yourself first. It could be romantic. It could be representative of a romantic relationship possibly coming in for you. But for this reading in particular, I see it more as this journey towards self-fulfillment, this journey, inward journey of healing, inward and outward, really, a journey towards self-fulfillment, choosing yourself, choosing your own needs, choosing your path, choosing your passion, your purpose over other people's journeys and other people's stories and other people's purpose and all that. Like, that their journey is their journey, and your journey is your journey, and you have so much love within you. You have so much passion and the Queen of Cups is just this beautifully passionate, intuitive, creative, poised, self-honoring card. I think this is really what you want, what you need, and you're working towards becoming the Queen of Cups. You've either been working on this for quite some time, or you're just stepping into this, learning how to do it, setting boundaries, learning what healthy relationship is. Like I said at the beginning of this, learning what a healthy relationship is by nurturing the relationship that you have with yourself. learning what you like, your likes and dislikes, spending time connecting with your own sensual self, feeding yourself well, nurturing your mind, body, soul with the things that you take in, the books that you read, the TV that you watch, the clothes that you wear, really wanting to feel sensual within yourself. Like, think about the fabrics that you that you wrap yourself in. Think about taking luxurious baths if you like baths, getting massages. What is it that you like? What makes you smile? What lights you up? This can be in and out of the bedroom, even taking a step back when it comes to being with yourself in an intimate way, and rediscovering what is it that what is it that you will like in that regard. How do you like to feel? How do you like to be touched? How do you like to be spoken to? Really taking a lot of time to figure that out, to honor yourself and find out who you are. And that'll set your energy free. Sensuality, sexuality, well, maybe not, what I mean, but like, sensuality is all energy. You can light up your own energy. You can tap into your root chakra, feel what's blocking it there, what things from your past might be blocking it, what experiences have told you that your needs don't matter, your sensuality doesn't matter, how you like things to be done, how you like to feel, how you like to be touched, how you like to be spoken to, how you like to organize your day, where you like to take vacation, just, so many things. Things that you've experienced in the past have taught you that those things that you want, those joys, those things that bring you joy, weren't good, aren't enough, or you should set those things aside in order to please other people, in order to get your needs met, which is such BS. And that's not the way you're going to fulfill yourself. That's not the way you're going to feel alive in this life. That's not how you achieve your goals. That's not how you come into a relationship. That's not a healthy relationship with somebody who doesn't understand that. But in order to tell other people how to treat you, how to teach other people how to treat you, you have to learn how to treat yourself. I mean, I know I keep repeating that same sort of thing, so I'm not going to keep going into that. But when you take care of your own needs, you'll have more clarity and into what it is that you actually want. You won't know what you want. You won't know what you want until you can't know what you want until you listen to your heart. And once you know what you want, you can go after it with focus and determination and passion. You can better manage your shadow self and your light self, and push through blocks that are in your path, blocks to intimacy. And this is all about, so releasing this sensual beast within you, which is just for you, for this pile. It's about your own needs. Who are you? What do you want? How do you like to feel? How do you like to be? How do you like to move? Choosing yourself, choosing your own passion, feeling what it feels like in your body. When you're in those intimate moments, instead of getting all up in your head about what's happening and what the other person might be thinking, what are you feeling? What are you, what is it that you like? What do you want? What kind of games do you want to play? Not that not that that's this license to go and like play games, like head games, but like sexual games, sensual games. What is it that you want to do? How do you want to feel? from this moment on, make yourself a promise that you are going to connect with what makes you feel good and alive. And forget everybody else. Look at this. It's like mending an old broken heart. In order to mend the broken heart, you have to learn to love yourself. Now, for people who have experienced significant trauma and repeat the patterns of trauma and betrayal and broken relationships over and over and over again, it's like, I can't seem to find someone who's going to treat me well. You're kind of like reenacting this betrayal from childhood or from the past over and over and over again, because you just don't feel inside yourself that you're worthy of the kind of love that you actually want. And maybe you don't believe that it exists, but it does exist. I'm telling you that right now. And in order to build up that level of trust that you are worthy, it might take some experimentation, you know, but it does take a level of self-trust and self-belief that you will be able to recognize the red flags when they pop up, that you'll know when it's time to walk away instead of giving your energy endlessly to a situation or to a person that doesn't fulfill you, or where you don't fill each other's cups, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. And for some of you who maybe have never known what it actually feels like to be loved or to love somebody else, it can be a challenge to learn how to love yourself, and then how to go into a healthy relationship, how to set boundaries, how to express your needs. So what I would say for some of you who've experienced that, and love and intimacy is very scary, I would say it's very important for you to first start with connections that you can feel safe in. A therapist, coaches to help you work through this. Friends that you can trust and that you can be vulnerable and open with. Animals, if you have pets, learning to love and be open to the energy of your animals. Nature, feeling really connected to something other than the pain that's within you, feeling connected to the energy of the universe, of yourself, feeling safe within your own body through somatic healing practices that can be really beneficial for you. There's so many ways to develop that sense of self-trust and self-esteem and a healthy sense of self after you've experienced a lot of pain. It might take some time, but it is possible, and you are worth it. Let's see what this card says. Oh, my candle just burned out. Isa, number 17, which equals 8, abundance. Stillness, pause, delicacy. Oh yeah, that goes perfectly with the Queen of Cups here in this whole reading. You can see this card. She's so gentle and soft. See the snow, the ice, the snow, the patterns and the snowflakes here? What's the guy? What's his name? Oh my gosh. The water experiment. You know when you talk to like a glass of water and then freeze it? The patterns in the ice will change and shift depending on, or the molecules or whatever, depending on the way you speak to the glass. You can do the same practice with plants too. If you speak negative things to plants, they might die or they won't grow as fast or get deformed or whatever. And then if you speak really positive words, affirmations, loves, and like a loving energy to plants or a glass of water, the molecules or the ice, maybe when you freeze the water, will be a different pattern. And this is what you need to start practicing with yourself. Stillness, pausing before you take action, pausing before you go into relationships or situations that might actually be reminders of the past or patterns that you keep repeating from the past. Treat yourself with delicacy, love yourself, have compassion for yourself, honor yourself, honor your own needs, learn to shift your inner conversation that you have with yourself. I am love, I am joy, I am lovable, I am worthy, I am a goddess, I am beautiful. What is it that you say internally to yourself? And start shifting that internal conversation, and watch the changes that happen around you in your life. Because you are beautiful, you are a goddess, you are love, you are worthy of your needs being met. Okay, let's see what this says here. Ooh, we just said abundance. Erotic abundance. Suffering stems from our separation from illusions of separation, from source, from stuff, and from each other. Pain is inevitable in life, but the fact remains we have everything we need. Abundance is often conceptualized in relation to money, but look to nature's cornucopia. The best, most essential things are always free. Abundance is knowing it with every cell of your being and living that truth. And the action step from this card. The pleasure that is your birthright is not an old tap, forever at risk of running dry. It's an endless spring oasis that forever flows. Come to its fountain and drink until you're quenched. Travel as you might, your emotional and erotic abundance is not going anywhere. Make sure you count your blessings daily. Gratitude as well, giving gratitude and thanks for the experiences that you've had. Even though they have been painful, they have taught you a lot about who you are, what you are worthy of, what you're willing to put up with, and what you're not willing to put up with. You are this beautiful Queen of Cups, this goddess, this this divine connection to source. Get connected to your heart. Get connected to your root chakra. Let yourself feel good. I know that might be really hard right now, and for some of you, based on maybe past experiences, but you're worthy of that luscious, delicious feeling of sensuality, of luxury, of pleasure. And how can you bring more pleasure into your life? I want you to go into your journal, if you have one, and write that. Like, how can you bring more pleasure into your daily life? How can you feel more connected to your inner self, to your heart? What makes you feel good? In every way. What makes you feel good? And start asking the universe to provide that for you, and it will come. And when you learn to trust the universe, that the universe is bringing you those things, and you learn to trust yourself to receive them and ask for them when it comes to intimate relationships, you'll feel more confident in asking for your needs to be met, and feel confident knowing that you are worthy of getting your needs met. And this is for you a big part of releasing that sensual beast, to tapping into her, into him and them. I'm seeing, like, knowing that it's there, figuring out, maybe for some of you it's even just figuring out that it is there, that there is this tap of joy and love and sensuality and infinite love within yourself. You know, really feeling your body, loving your body for what it does for you, and being thankful for the experiences that that have brought you to this moment in this time where you're watching this video, and at a point in your life where you're ready to start asking and receiving all the pleasure that you are worthy of and deserving of. Thank you, pile number 1, for being here with this reading. I don't think I need to pull any clarifier cards, but I really appreciate you and sharing your energy with me, and I look forward to reading for you next time. Hey, pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So if you missed the intro, I'm Cara Lee, and today's reading is how to release the inner sensual beast inside of you. Now, this isn't just about connecting with romantic partners, but it could be. This is mostly about connecting with your own sensual self, feeling love and connection with yourself in order to feel love and connection and intimate with other people. So we're going to see what Spirit has to say. I've already pre-selected your cards, and this deck, I'm going to leave the Oracle card to the very end. I don't know, did I show this in the beginning, or the Pleasure Oracle deck? I just got it. I love it. And it has some really great tips about deepening your connection with yourself in order to feel more expressive within your sensual self, in order to feel alive, in order to feel a deep appreciation for your journey here. So I've pre-selected some cards. I might do clarifiers if I feel like I need to, and I haven't really looked at any of the pre-selected cards. So we're just gonna lay them out, and we're kind of going into this blind together, and we'll look at this one in a bit. So we have the 3 of Cups. Oh, I'll show you the cards. Hard to see. 3 of Cups. 10 of Wands. Oh, I guess I'll read I just got this deck from a friend as well. So 3 of Cups with abundance here. 10 of Wands with oppression. Queen of Swords. Seven of Swords with futility. I might have moved the camera from the last group, so I'm gonna move this up a little bit. Sorry. Five of Cups with disappointment. Can you see this? 5 of Cups. And then 21, the universe, or the world card. And pile number 2. Your cards just sort of fell right out. I'm seeing with the 5 of Cups and disappointment underneath the 3 of Cups and abundance. I feel like you've had a lot of disappointment with your circle of friends. It could be your family as well, but it could be mostly your circle of friends, your circle of influence. I feel like some of you feel like you don't belong. There's a sense of this energy of feeling like you don't belong, feeling really disconnected, feeling like nobody understands you, and not having that reflection in your outer world that can show you who you are on the inside. Not that you should need that, but I think a lot of us in this world, in this 3D plane or on this 3D plane, have learned to judge ourselves based on what surrounds us. And for you, your outer world, meaning the people in your life, your home even, it doesn't reflect what you want to see. And I know that this can be really hard to hear, but our outer world, sorry, our outer world often reflects what is happening within us. So when you're manifesting from a place of lack, which is the 5 of Cups here, and disappointment, and trying to see externally from yourself something of love and joy and fulfillment and abundance and connection and intimacy, when you don't feel that connection and intimacy and joy and love within yourself and for yourself, you're not going to be able to see it on the outside. And you might be really stuck. I'm seeing, and I haven't gone into these other cards, but I guess it makes sense if I quickly glance at them. I'm hearing judgment. There's a lot of judgment that you have of other people, but it's not because you hate other people. It's stemming from this judgment that you feel for yourself. I think I will pull some clarifier cards as well. We have the 10 of Wands with oppression, but then we have the universe lining up here. You had this extra card pop out at the end, more than than deck number 1 or pile number 1 got, of the universe of completion, the world, traveling here. Maybe what I'm seeing for a lot of you, and this wasn't meant to be a, what's coming up for you in love and intimacy, but I'm seeing for you that your surroundings are not necessarily bringing you the fulfillment that you're seeking. And I feel like your environment, and this might be only for some of you, but it is a fairly specific message, but I'm picking up that your environment might be a little bit toxic. And this could be the circle of friends that you have surrounded yourself with. This could be your family. And it's not bringing you the energy that is your true self. It's not showing you in the mirror this representation of who you actually are and what you want in this life. And that's making you feel a little bit kind of lost and scattered. And I think that Spirit is hoping and trying to show you that by walking away from a situation or from people or an environment that is not serving you, you will be able to light up your soul. You will feel more sensual, more alive, more full of joy and fulfillment when you leave a particular environment and move into something else. And I think that for you, that is actually coming up for you. It could be some of you, now this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. This could be like leaving a workplace, leaving a relationship, leaving a group of friends, walking away from family, or learning to set boundaries around relationships that aren't necessarily serving your highest good, and looking for ways that you can shift your surroundings, shift your environment, move away, take a vacation, something where you can physically shift something so that your eyes pick up on a new reality if you're having a hard time shifting your internal reality. That's a whole discussion for another video. But a lot of the times when our environment is cluttered, or our environment is filled with toxic substances or toxic energies, toxic people, we pick up on those energies and we hold them within our bodies. And that can really reduce your energy. It can reduce your feelings of sensuality, even your desire to want to feel that way. You might feel like, sorry about that, my daughter woke up and came in. So where were we? Yes, shifting your environment. This can, again, this is only for some of you, but by shifting your environment, it'll really shift your energetic state. It'll make you feel more alive. And this could be setting boundaries, not letting toxic and negative energies into your home. Not everybody who wants to come over should come over. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? You don't always have to be the host of all of the parties. You don't always have to put all of your energy into other people's baskets, I'm seeing. And this could also be the need to declutter your space and get rid of things that are no longer, bringing you joy. Removing the clutter from your home and feeling like you can breathe a little bit easier, shifting the type of fabrics that you keep in your home, the fabrics that you surround yourself with, pictures, pictures that no longer resonate with the energy that you want to be connected with. These can really make huge changes in how you feel about yourself and how you go about expressing yourself in every single day, in every single moment. But I'm seeing for a lot of you, this is a literal big move, moving away with the World card, with the universe, the World card, and underneath the 10 of Wands with oppression. I see that for a lot of you, a really big shift in your environment, whether it's your workplace or relationships or your home, is being called for, and is going to happen for you in order to shift your energetic state, in order to help you feel like, this is how I want to feel in life. This is how I'm meant to feel. This is what I'm meant to experience. This is what brings me joy. I love this new environment, this new city, this new job, this new place on earth that my soul has been calling me towards. I hope that makes sense for some of you. Or for all of you, whoever's watching this video. And then we have the Queen of Swords and the Seven of Swords. So there's a lot of mental anguish going on in this moment for you. A lot of discerning, like, what should I do? Should I come or should I go? Should I apply for a new job, or should I start a business, or should I keep in touch with this person, and or should I cut them out of my life with the Queen of Swords here? Like, this is a lot about, this is truth telling, this is discernment, this is speaking your mind, speaking your truth, this is honoring yourself. Look at this in this card. Can you see the sun sort of here? She's sitting on this cloud, these butterflies, this total transformation, removing her mask, this very angry mask, tribal mask, just not removing the mask, removing the negative perception that she has held on to for so long, this perception that has tainted her entire view of life, tainted her relationships, tainted her energy, tainted her deep inner connection with her truth. And that can come from so many different things, right? From your past experiences. Maybe you've been wearing this like really hardened shell because you feel like people are untrustworthy, and you've put up this guard, this wall that has kept you so separate, not only from yourself, but from other people, from really experiencing love and connection and attunement, because you never have experienced it in the past, or you were really deeply hurt in the past, and you learned to put up these walls that have shut you down. But not only kept you, but for a while, like, you put up these walls to keep you safe from getting hurt. But what it has also done was kept you from feeling love and connection with yourself too. You've put the wall up with yourself, with your inner child, with your soul, with your inner self, your true self. You've shut that part of you out, that joy, that love, that intimacy, in order to keep you safe, so that you could move through this 3D human experience and survive. But your soul is over that now. Your soul is wanting a change, and it's time to get it. Look at the Seven of Swords here, futility. The Seven of Swords can often mean betrayal or deception. something hidden from you, and you have found out the truth. I think for maybe some of you, maybe you with your friend group here, or someone in particular, maybe your best friend, or you found something out. Something came to light and it really hurt you in the past, or maybe recently, in the recent past, something really hurt you, and you really put up some walls, and you're like starting to realize that your power, your inner power, your life is more important than wayward friendships, I'm hearing. And I feel like that's very unfortunate. But I think that for you, like this video is all about releasing your inner sensual self, that central prowess, that reconnecting with your identity, with your sensuality, with your inner god or goddess, feeling powerful, feeling sensual, feeling sexual, feeling intimate, feeling joy, feeling passion. And when you're surrounded by people who don't reflect those wants and those needs, who don't honor your needs, who don't treat you very well, that's going to really dampen your sensual self, your energy, your vitality, your passion and joy. And you're going to feel like, God, this world is so full of shitty people. I'm not going to trust anybody. I'm not going to trust myself. Like, how can I trust myself to let the right people in? And then you end up putting this wall, like you brick yourself up on off from the world and off. But when you do that, like I just said, like when you do that, you also brick yourself up and off from your sensual self, from your passion, from your joy, and live in this like really empty space. And over time, that energy builds and builds and builds, or clogs. Let's say it's clogs, like the negative energy, but your passion, your life force energy clogs up and 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 clogs up until you're like a pressure cooker. And then you start reacting and you're angry all the time and you're negative and you're pessimistic and you feel like this world is an evil, horrible place. But that's the energy, that's the clog in your pipes. And that comes from these negative experiences and people that have let you down, disappointments in your life. But a huge shift, a change of scenery, or a shift in your space, decluttering your inner and outer world, moving even to a whole new city, a whole new country, will open new doors, and not just for opportunities, but also for feeling of aliveness, feeling of power. Your sensual being is power. It is joy. It is creativity. When you feel more creative, more full of life, more full of joy and energy, then you naturally start to feel more sexual, more sensual, wanting to connect and express yourself sensually, sexually, intimately with other people. But that comes from having faith and trust in yourself, from feeling alive, feeling like being alive is worth it, if that makes sense for you. Feeling like, yeah, there's people out there who like I want to share myself with. And we are naturally sensual beings. We are pack animals, really. Humans are meant to be connected with other people, closely, intimately connected, vulnerable with other people in order to feel alive, in order to feel purposeful and passionate. And when you've been disappointed in the past, that shuts you down, and that'll shut down your sensual feeling, Even with your sensual self, like connecting with yourself in that way. It'll make you feel like, why bother? You might not. And this doesn't go for people who identify as asexual. This is for those of you who have literally experienced like stuff in the past that has really shut down your energetic self. And you might even think, oh, I'm just an asexual person. But this reading is telling me that that's not true. Let's look what this card says. Get this old crone, the wise owl, holding the Akashic records to their chest, and this potion. Number 45, which equals to 9, the ancient. Elder experience lessons. Yeah, you've gone through so many lessons. That equals to 9, but you have the 10 here, and that's finality, like endings. Something is coming to an end. The end of this connection, this group of people, this environment that has really disappointed you. That's over. Let it go. You've experienced all you need to experience with that. You've learned what you needed to learn from those connections, and now it's time to move on. Speak your truth. Drop your guard and let go of the betrayal that you've experienced. Not everyone is out to get you. Not everybody is going to disappoint you. And I know that right now it can feel really unbelievable, but there are people out there who want to shower you with love. There are people out there who you will feel safe opening up to, feeling vulnerable with, intimate with. I see for a lot of you, for some of you specifically, a trip on your own, a solo adventure is called for. I think that you'll learn a lot spending some quality time with yourself, doing something completely out of character. That might seem out of character. Maybe some people think that it's out of character, but for you, it's actually like a part of your inner self really breaking through. And then you'll get to spend time with your inner self. Do things that you like to do. Maybe you've always held back. Maybe you've always tried to please other people and did what they all wanted to do, and you never got to do what you wanted to do, and you kind of feel resentful for that. But now is the time to do what you want to do. Rediscover your likes, what brings you joy, what you want to learn about. What do you want to learn about in this world? What other cultures do you want to learn about? This could be that too. Like, what experiences have you always wanted to have but never been able to go and have because you were so busy catering to this thing, these people, this environment that didn't care about your needs, care about what you thought? Go and collect a bunch of more experiences. Learn to be within yourself. That's the magic. Look at this character holding this like potion here, the wise owl, the medicine of life. This potion for vitality and joy and reclaiming your sensual self through experiencing yourself, your true self. Connecting with yourself, writing, journaling, the journal here. You're so wise. Like, you are really wise. I think that maybe some people have taken advantage of you and using you as like they're kind of like their therapist, you know? Like, you have been, maybe as a child you were like the caregiver, emotional caregiver of your parents even, and you've sort of stepped into that role as an adult, caring for other people, keeping like the glue. I'm hearing like the glue that holds the family together kind of thing. Like, that's who you've been, and it's taken its toll on you. And now you're like, I want to go and experience my own life. I want to go on a magnificent adventure. And that's what I see for you here. Let's see what this card has to say. Aria. Sorry, my daughter's calling me. I've never actually done a reading when she's here. She's been sick, and so I haven't been able to post anything. I was hoping to get this done while she was napping, but she woke up. Anyways, let's move on. I'm sorry about that. Mirror, mirror. Most of us, when passing a mirror or a reflective surface, will notice something we don't like about our appearance. But in mirror work, developed by Louise Hay, okay, sorry about that. Most of us, when passing a mirror or reflective surface, will notice something we don't like about our appearance. But in mirror work, developed by Louise Hay, the opposite is ritual. It's about looking at yourself in a mirror and saying, I really deeply, truly love and accept you, yourself. Action. Why not try sexual mirror work? Seduce your own reflection into various states of undress. Tease yourself. Tell yourself how incredible you are. Tell yourself all the things that turn you on about yourself and your sensuous energy. Show yourself how worthy you always were. Mean every word, and if you don't, practice until you do. So that was the oracle card that you selected. And like I was saying, I guess was it in the beginning of this? Sorry, okay, there. In the beginning of this reading for you, you've been looking at this world and expecting it to reflect something back to you, and you're not really liking what you're seeing. And in order to see what you want to see, you really have to change what you're seeing about yourself first. You have to learn to honor yourself, love yourself, set your own joyous expectations of what it is that you feel like you are worthy of what you deserve, of what you want. And really honoring who you are will help you do that. And I love this practice of like sensuous mirror work, where you look in the mirror and sort of slowly undress and really connect with you as a human being, minus the material things. See yourself for who you are. Love yourself for who you are. Respect yourself for who you are. Your whole entire self. And when you start to do that on a regular basis, in private, you'll be able to do that more with other people. And the more love and respect you show for yourself, and understanding and compassion you have for yourself, the more other people will reflect that back to you. And if they don't, you'll know when it's time to let go of some people, to let go of situations, to walk away. And actually, to be honest, when you start to honor yourself and love yourself and set healthy boundaries and have a healthier relationship with yourself, the people who don't have your best interest at heart are going to naturally fall away. You won't really need to do anything. They might put up a little bit of a fight at first. Toxic people really negatively react when you start to set healthy boundaries. They'll put up a big fight at first, but the more you stay in your power and honor yourself and love yourself and stick to the script, the new script that you're writing of self-love and self-honoring, those people will just give up and walk away. You have that right. You have the right to hold your power, if that makes sense, to stand up for yourself. And by doing that, you will build up this amazing, immense, passionate energy. You will start to shine from the inside out, and people will take notice. The right people will take notice. They'll see that, that person is full of love and joy. They're not letting other people bring them down. I want to be around that person, and you'll start to attract naturally the right people because you are exuding confidence and power And sensuality, that's what sensuality is. It's confidence, power, self-esteem, joy, love. It takes some time and it takes some practice. But, and again, like it could start with decluttering. It can start with moving. It can start with shifting your environment. And that'll trigger your subconscious mind to say, we're changing. We're not going to repeat those same patterns with those same people anymore. Okay. But it takes a little bit of conscious effort in the beginning, which is what I'm seeing with the Queen of Swords here. That conscious effort to drop the mask, be yourself, honor yourself, and speak your truth, even if other people don't like it. Stop hiding yourself behind a mask, which is what the Seven of Swords with the Queen of Swords is saying as well. Not just have been betrayed, but I feel like you've also been betraying yourself for a long time by giving in to what other people want, by doing what other people expect. And that's really brought you a lot of disappointment because you thought maybe you were going to get something out of that by doing what they wanted, by giving in, by giving up pieces of yourself over time, but you've just been fooling yourself. And now it's time to let all that go and shift your mindsets, shift your reality, shift your environment for a brand new life. And that new environment will bring a new energy, and that new energy will expand within you. And you'll feel completely different. And that's how you are being called to release the inner sensual beast within you. I love it. I love it. I hope you enjoyed this reading, pile 2. Thank you for your patience and understanding with some of these important interruptions. My poor baby girl was sick last week, and so I've been, I haven't been able to post anything recently, but I want to put this out there. I really wanted to put this out there for you guys. So thank you for being here. I look forward to reading for you next time. Have a great day. Hey, pile 3, welcome to your reading. Today's reading is Releasing Your Inner Sensual Beast. Now, that's what I'm titling it. And this isn't just about releasing your sexual energy and deepening your connections with other people, although it could be. We're going to see what Spirit has to say. I've pre-selected your cards, and this has been what's been coming up a lot, or in the last 2 piles, was Spirit's message of releasing blocks to your sensual energy, how to raise your sensual energy and deepen your connection with yourself. And as you deepen your connection with yourself, you'll be able to deepen your connection with other people and open yourself up and be more vulnerable and really feel into intimacy and sensuality. Because sensuality, sexuality, sex, it's all energy, right? And if your energy channels are plugged or blocked because of experiences that you're having in the 3D world, the only way to shift that and change that is to heal from what's going on and become aware. And so anyway, Spirit is bringing us advice in that way today. I pre-selected your cards, so let's get into it. Oh, and then your oracle cards. The oracle card that you selected your pile with, is from the Pleasure Oracle deck, and I really love it. There's a lot of great advice around connecting with your sensual self and expressing that self. And there's different practices that each card has. So it's pretty neat. I really love it. And again, sensuality is all energy. So when you learn to, manipulate or expand that energy, tap into it and expand it and heal it and shift your vibrations. You're able to do, you're able to express yourself and be yourself in a whole new light. So let's see what Spirit has for you, pile number 3. Now, pile number 3, Spirit was like just dumping cards all over the place. I had to get really clear with Spirit on what exactly the message needed to be, because the energy was very all over the place. Spirit had a lot to say to you guys. So let's see the cards that we ended up getting in the end. But there was a lot going on for you, pile number 3. So let's see. We have the 4 of Swords, Ace of Inspiration, which is the Ace of Swords, the Magician, number 1, Page of Voices, so Page of Swords, number 11, Justice, Six of Voices, so 6 of Swords. There's a lot of sword energy here, a lot of mental energy going on, and Major Arcana as well. And we have the 6, the Lovers, at the end of the reading. You also had 2 extra cards come out. And Spirit wanted to pull out a whole bunch of other cards, and I was like, okay, we're not going to go there. Spirit, today we want to keep this simple. But wow, there's a lot of mental energy going on. I feel a lot of confusion in pile number 3 for you guys. A lot of misunderstandings that have happened, and it's like I'm feeling like, okay, a lot of you might have picked this pile, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like there's a lot of different energies happening here. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. My daughter has been sick, and haven't been able to post a video, and I thought, oh, I can do one now. She's napping, but then she woke up, and anyways. So forgive that. Yes, so clarity. There's been so much confusion. We have the Ace of Inspiration. I feel like this card to me is like ideas, like really wanting to tap into, and with the 6 of Voices underneath it, or the 6 of Swords, it's like wanting to find clarity in direction, wanting to find inspiration in the direction that you want to go in life. Maybe feeling the need to travel, feeling the need to take action on a goal, on a passion that you've had, but feeling a lot of confusion over what that direction might be. We see here with the Lovers here, and I think the Lovers in this reading is also about choices. The Lovers came up in pile number 1 as well, and it was very geared towards making a choice to honor the self before honoring other people. For you, this is less about being disappointed in other relationships and that bringing you down, and this is more about, like, I feel this sense of working with no end goal, if that makes sense. Feeling this like constant drive to work with the Page of Voices here, you see, and not being recognized for the work that you're putting in, not feeling like you're getting the satisfaction out of the effort that you've been putting into the work that you've been doing, and it's not satisfying. You're feeling unfulfilled. You're feeling disconnected from yourself, dispassionate about your life, about your life's choices, about your life's journey. And so for this group, it's less about romance and it's more about career and feeling a sense of fulfillment in the work that you're putting into the world. Because I think a lot of you have this vision, especially with the magician here, you have this vision for yourself as something bigger than you are, something huge, even something like your sole purpose is to change paradigms, to change reality. And you have this huge life mission, but you've been spinning your wheels and doing a lot of work without getting rewarded or without being recognized, because I feel like you lack clarity, or you've been lacking clarity in the end goal. Does that make sense? Like you feel this drive, you feel this passion, you feel this purpose, but it's like, okay, but what is it that I actually want to do? What is it that I actually want to change? What is it that I really want to bring light to in this world? How can I make a correction? A lot of you might be projectors. If you follow human design, a lot of you might be projectors, but you don't have to be. You could be manifestors as well. Like you just feel this need to create. Like there's a lot of also mental energy, some mental confusion, a lot of work and mental work, processing of the wheels spinning in your mind. I can see the wheels spinning and just like really pumping out ideas and processes, and how can we fix this and how can we fix that, and but then there's this sense of burnout, and the sense of burnout is coming from not being recognized for the efforts that you've been putting in, and you're like, oh, what's happening? Where am I even going with this? And I feel like right now Spirit is calling you to take a break, rest, restore, rejuvenate yourself, take time for yourself in order to allow those creative juices to start flowing to you again, and flowing to you in a way that's going to make more sense, flowing to you in a way that's going to help you fulfill your soul's purpose in this life. Because right now you have this mental energy that's kind of blocking you. And great ideas don't come from your mind. They come from source. They come from your soul. They come from the essence of your being. They don't come from your mind. And it's like you've been trying to force your mind to do all this work, and your mind is like trapped. And you might not see that in the cards here, but that's the energy that I'm feeling. And with the Six of Voices here, Spirit is kind of like, step away from the mental anguish and really tap into your body, tap into your source energy with the Ace of Inspiration here. Tap into your joy, to your passion, to having some more fun with it. The Lovers to me is like not only lovers in terms of, soulmates in your life, but it's also, look at this Lotus, like this opening up to your source energy, to your full potential, choosing to follow your divine inspiration, opening up to the world, to the universe, to yourself, and see what creative ideas, energy starts to flow through you, and see what, by opening up your senses to source energy, to the universe, to your true self, what that energy attracts into your life. Look at these two figures coming together, almost being drawn together by the Lotus, by this life force energy, this sensual energy, sense of expression. I don't know if you can see that. It's getting really sunny, so the sun might make the camera a bit dark. I'm filming away from the window today, so I'm hoping you can see this a little bit better. I feel like some of you also have this conception or preconceived notion of like working hard is how to be successful. And I feel like Spirit is also calling you to take a step back from that and think like, if the more embodied you are, the more connected with your inner being, your sense of self, your source energy, the more connected you are, that's going to bring you the ideas, that's going to bring you the resources, that's going to bring you the success that you're looking for, the recognition that you're looking for. What I'm hearing Spirit say is this idea of like, what you get in, you get out. And there's this idea that you need to work your butt off 7 days a week, 24 hours a day in order to see results. And that's what you've been doing, burning the candle at both ends. But that's just burning out your energy. And that's actually restricting the source energetic flow, this flow of source energy into your mind, body, soul, into your life, into your creativity, into your creative juices. There's a lot of really great things that are coming about in your life. A lot of, like, I can see for a lot of you, you want to make a huge difference. And how does this tie into your sensual self, to your sensual being? Like, I feel like for a lot of you, the more successful you are in life, the more recognition you get in life, the more, you know what I mean? Like, the more like pumped up you feel, like you just feel like, recognition, yes. And that turns you on. So that's why this is all coming together. Like, the more recognition you feel, that turns you on. The creative juices, the ideas, that flow of creativity, when you start writing, when you start really tapping into your soul's energy, your soul's purpose, you're like, yes, 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 I love it. I'm changing the world. I'm building this business. I'm leading this team. And that energy that pumps through you really turns you on. But it can also flip really easily and burn you out. And so what Spirit is saying, that it's really time to relax, embody your soul, embody your sense of self. You don't have to work so hard all the time in order to get that recognition, in order to see results, in order to be successful. That's not that type of work. That type of energy is just burning you out and actually creating blockages in your energetic flow and your creative potential. So rest easy, restore your energy, and that vitality, that energy is actually going to start flowing again. Like, you have so many ideas. It's time to get clear. Harness them. Focus them. Focus, focus, focus with the magician here. Focus. Make choices, intentional choices with what you're trying to do, and then work backwards. You have so much energy already. Like, it's just about harnessing it, directing it, taking your time, feeling with your heart, but also with your solar plexus, or your solar plexus, but your sacral chakra. I mean, self-regulation, taking care of yourself, right? To make sure there's enough energy in your body to sustain the creative juices. And then once you take care of your physical body, you feel restored, you feel relaxed, and then you start to get that creative pumping of juices. I just see, like, there's a lot of masculine energy here. And I think that Spirit's saying, okay, you need to tap into the feminine a little bit. You need to rein in that energy and embody a sense of self a little bit more, a sense of joy and a relaxed state, and like tame it back a little bit in order to have more clarity about where you're going with this and direction. you know, you have all this purpose, like your solar plexus is on fire. You have this like passion and power and purpose, but it's about channeling it. And in order to get it exactly what it is that you want, what you're going after, you have to be a little more focused with your mental energy. But you need to rein in your physical energy, your creative juices, in order to get more focused with your mind. Because right now your body is sort of like all hopped up on adrenaline. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's see what this card is. Number 26, so number 8, the number of abundance. And the infinity symbol, limitlessness, the merciful one, compassion, release, relief. She's so beautiful. Oh my God, can you see this card? Can you see it? This is such a beautiful card. I very rarely see this card pop up. Look at the purples, like the magenta, sort of like fuchsia color with the mixed with the green, heart energy, third eye energy here, like tapping into your heart, to your big why. Why are you doing this? What do you want to, what are you hoping to get or to achieve for the world, for the greater good? Look at like her lips with the gold and the gold around her eyes, like just like Christ consciousness as well. Like you just have such a big purpose in this life. Paradigm shifts, like you have so much that you want to do and you need to bring some clarity to it. The merciful one, compassion. Have some compassion for yourself. Release tension. Like I think that some of you, yes, it's good to, like some of you are like adrenaline addicts, you know, or junkies. Like you just, maybe you are really into the gym, like you're just like going to the gym hard, going at it really hard. Runners, like I see a lot of you might be runners as well. Tennis players, you know, you just really love adrenaline. You like that rush, you like sweating. It helps you to focus, it helps you to release some energy. But I'm also seeing that you need to tame it back a little bit and do some more yoga, find some balance in your life. You need to actually reduce the cortisol and the adrenaline in your body, because that can create a lot of confusion as well. So I think that eating a lot of cold foods, like if you follow an Ayurvedic diet, you might have a Pitta dominance right now. So I feel like you need to bring in some more kapha energy and eat cold foods to sort of decrease that flame, not to put out the flame, but to like temper it a little bit. That'll help you. That'll help you control the impulses. Like maybe some of you have some issues with impulse control. Like you just are so fired up. This is a very different deck than the other two piles. Like you just have so much energy, so much sensual energy. I'm not going to say like, oh, there might be some sex addicts here. You know what I mean? Like maybe or on the verge of that. Not to call anybody out or anything, but like you're just so much fire. So much fire that you burn maybe a little too hot. And so there's a lot of ways that you need to temper that energy in order to direct the flow of your conscious mind, in order to get to what it is that you are trying to achieve in this life. And that'll bring you some relief from this fire that is running you maybe a little bit ragged. Like you just feel like you can't stop, you won't stop, but you really need to stop in order to refocus on what it is that you're trying to achieve. Because you are so powerful. Like you know it too. I don't need to tell you how to claim it back. Like you already know how powerful you are. You know that you're good. You don't have a problem with that self-esteem or self-efficacy. Like you have a great self-concept, but you're almost on bordering like burning out, crashing, and even like alienating yourself from other people, because you just, I'm surprised like the King of Wands didn't show up kind of in a reverse position, because you just are so fire, so hot. that it might put some other people off. Not that that should matter. I'm not saying that it does, but you might find that that is happening to you. And you're kind of wondering why, but your mind is kind of also a little bit disoriented because of all this energy, because of all this creative flow. It's confused, and Spirit's saying, okay, relax, take a step back, restore, calm down, cool down, and start to channel that energy with a lot of focus, choosing very specifically, intentionally, the steps that you take in order to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. But you have so much fire, so much sensuality, so much passion, like just so much going on here. You don't need to really release any sort of sensual, like you have it in you, but maybe instead of like, I'm seeing like a big fire hose, okay? I'm seeing this like fire hose just like spraying everywhere, just like power shooting out. But Spirit's like, okay, but it's just splattering everywhere. It's kind of like just wasting energy and not like purposeful. So in order to have a little more purpose and feel a little bit more like in control of that passion, of that sensual energy, that creative flow, in order to really come out on top, and be recognized for this like really intelligent, creative, just like wise, stunning person that you are, like we need to temper it and direct it in the right way, and then people will start to really be more receptive to the energy, to the inspiration, to the ideas, to the creativity, to the magical, wonderful person that you are. And that will get you further in terms of your career goals, which I'm seeing this reading is a lot about that like life purpose and passion. Okay, can you see this? I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. The Kindred Seeker. Oh, this is from the Pleasure Oracle deck. Sorry, I had to take a second there. Okay, the Kindred Seeker. To take the path of the sensual seeker is to commit yourself to forever explore your emotional, physical, and mental terrains in the name of love. You'll meet others on your passage, but not all are seekers like you. Plenty have no interest in self-acceptance, let alone self-love, and those who cannot love themselves cannot love you. Make a list of, and then the action here, make a list of 30 essential qualities you desire in a kindred seeker. Find people who aim for knowledge in all things. Find those who pursue pleasure wholeheartedly because they know the more we each feel whole, alive, and powerful, the better off this beautiful blue boat we call Earth will be. We're all voyaging together after all, safe journeying. So this is like pretty on point. Not everybody is for you, and again, like if you're a projector, human design, like you'll relate to this if you understand it. You're not for everybody, and not everybody is for you, but the right people will recognize your passion. But if you want to, I'm seeing that if you want to get a little bit further with your purpose, with your journey, with what it is that you're trying to achieve, because I see a lot of you really have this like big dream. It's like you just have all of this this energy, this potential, like it's fire, this passion. It's like, okay, you need to just focus on taking care of yourself, balancing your physical, energetic, mental, sensual, all energies. Like you just tempering it. Yoga, eating some cooler foods like yogurt and ice cream, and just, you know what I mean, but healthy, like cucumbers. I know that I titled this reading how to release the sensual beast. You have released your sensual beast. Like your sensual beast is out there. For you, it's like, okay, let's channel the sensual beast. Even if, let's say for this, you're trying to, and it's not just about your life purpose, but you're trying to find your life partner. Not everybody is for you. But it's time to really start to look at what it is that you want and choose. Be a little more selective with the people in your environment. No, don't let everybody in. Not everybody needs to be in your bed, so to speak, you know? But you already have this like love for yourself. Taming it, but taming it, maybe not tempering. For some of you maybe, but really taming it, bringing it in, condensing that energy because it's a little bit fragmented, condensing that energy so that it can be more focused, so that it can be more powerful, and it can call in the other people who will recognize that same power. I hope this resonates with you. That's your reading, pile number 3. Thanks for being here and thanks for your patience. I look forward to reading for you again soon. Bye.